Life is a journey full of twists and turns, good times and bad times. And along the way, on days like this, I tend to reflect on life and I just stumbled on some insights that I wish I knew sooner. And reflecting on my own path, I've come to realize that some of the most valuable lessons that I've learned arrived later than I would have liked. But as they say, better late than never. And while I may have learned those lessons later in life, here are 10 life lessons that I wish that I had learned sooner so you can live a happier and more fulfilling life. Lesson number 1, most friendships are seasonal, and that's okay. Most friendships you're gonna have in life will come and go depending on where you are in life, based on your habits, your interests, and your goals, and that's just life. And as you move on, your priorities change, and so do the majority of your friends. And that's okay. It's part of the growth process. You're gonna have different friendship circles throughout your life, and that's okay. Lesson number 2, learning don't stop after college. Most people can't even remember the last book that they read. And that's because of a false belief that we don't need to continue learning after college. We already got the degree anyway. Always pushing yourself to learn something new is uncomfortable. And it's normal to seek comfort. We were built for it. But if you keep still in your comfort zone, you'll stay behind, especially in a world where we're living today, where many jobs will become obsolete overnight with the advancement of AI. So take the challenge to push yourself out of your comfort zone, to keep learning, because learning don't stop after college. Lesson number 3, people talk more than they listen. If you're talking, you're not listening. And if you're not listening, then you're not learning. And most people merely talk at each other, thinking about what to say while waiting for the other person to just stop talking so they can say what they come up with. And active listening isn't just a communication skill. It's a mindset that can transform how you navigate your professional and your personal relationships. So next time you're in a conversation, resist the urge to jump into your own thoughts and focus on just listening. You'll see how much you're gonna learn and become a more interesting person by just becoming more interested in what other people have to say. Lesson number 4, success is a relative term. As kids, we have a clear vision of what success looks like going to university, getting that job, and so on and so forth. The older you get, the more you realize that there is no real defined path to success, and that success is not an objective measure of your accomplishments, but rather relative from person to person. And so many people are unhappy because they pursue success on other people's terms. And I was guilty of that once. I used to be overly judgmental about people that didn't follow the path to success that I have. Like, what do you mean that she quit her high-paying job to raise her kids? Like, it just didn't make sense to me. Until I realized that success looks different for everyone. And each person have their own priorities and their own goals that makes them happy. And we have to accept and celebrate that success looks different for everyone. So instead of feeling pressured to conform to what other people refers to as success, we need to have the courage to define success on our own terms and stick with it, regardless of what other people think. Lesson number 5, you cannot change someone that doesn't want to be changed. How many times have you found yourself in situations where you desperately try to change someone's behavior or perspective? Whether it's a friend, a partner, or a family member, the truth remains the same. Genuine change can only come from within. So no matter how hard you try, you will never change someone's behavior. You'll only annoy them by preaching what you think the person needs to do, even if it's for their own good, like quit smoking. People don't change because we want them to change. People change only when they want to. So instead of thinking of what others could do better, unless it's a welcomed advice in the sense that someone actually solicited your opinion about something, focus on what you can control about yourself and on the things that you can do to become a better person instead of trying to change people that ultimately do not want to be changed. Lesson number 6, the person that you have to live up to is yourself. The only person that you have to live up to is yourself. In a world dominated by comparison and external validation, it's very easy to lose sight of your own standards and aspirations. We're constantly bombarded with images and narratives all over social media that suggests that we should be like someone else, richer, prettier, more successful. But here's the reality. The only benchmark that truly matters is the one that you set for yourself. Who are you really trying to impress here? Whose standards are you striving to meet? Because the truth is, the only competition worth engaging in is the one that you have with yourself. So set goals, strive for growth, and celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Because the only person that you need to be better than is the person that you were yesterday. Lesson number 7. You're the reflection of the 5 people you spend the most time with, so choose it carefully. Our social circles have a significant influence on our beliefs, our behaviors, and ultimately, our destinies. So if you surround yourself with negativity, you'll only find it sweeping into your own life and bringing you down. And at the end of the day, you become the result of the 5 people you spend the most of your time with. So choose to surround yourself with individuals who inspire you and challenge you. And learn how being in the company of greatness can elevate your own aspirations and achievements. And these circles are hard to come by. And sometimes it's easier to move to a city where you're gonna have a higher probability of being surrounded by other ambitious people. For example, being in Cambridge, where there's a high concentration of Harvard and MIT students everywhere, rather than in the middle of Nebraska. But if that's not your case, I would suggest trying out different networking events in your city and trying to meet as many people as you can, because you never know who can eventually become your friend. Lesson number 8, overthinking is killing your dreams. 99% of us have a problem of overthinking rather than underthinking. We tend to learn as much as we can before we even take the first step to put what we learn into action. And this is called analysis paralysis. But don't worry, we have all been guilty of that at one point or another. And analysis paralysis occurs when you get stuck in a cycle of overanalyzing information and potential outcomes, rather than just making a decision and taking action for fear of making a wrong choice and then having to experience all the negative consequences from it. But the truth is that we live in a world where it's impossible to have perfect information before we make any decision. So next time you see yourself stuck trying to overanalyze something, just make the best decision you can with the information that you have available right now. Because while you're busy overthinking, your life is passing by. And so are the opportunities and what you could have done if you have just taken that action. So just do it. Lesson number 9, fail fast and fail often. No one likes to fail, but one of the most valuable lessons I learned too late in life is the importance of embracing failure as a stepping stone to success. By failing fast and failing often, we open ourselves to valuable feedback and opportunities for growth. So instead of fearing failure, we should welcome it as a form of feedback that helps us to learn, to adapt, and to improve. So what have you failed at this week? And if you haven't yet, this is your nudge to do something outside of your comfort zone and fail. Lesson number 10, advocate for yourself. In a world where competition is fierce, it's essential to speak up for your needs, your goals, and your aspirations. Because no one is going to advocate for yourself until you do. And by advocating for yourself, you're going to take control of your destiny and assert your worth and create opportunities for growth and advancement. Whether it's negotiating a salary, expressing your ideas, or setting boundaries, self-advocacy is a powerful tool for your personal and professional success. And remember, you're the best advocate for yourself. And speaking up for yourself is the only way to get there. I hope these learnings help you to leap forward and inspire you to take action to live a better life. Because my goal in this channel is to share with you some practical tips and frameworks to help you to elevate your life through education. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this kind of content, please subscribe to the channel and share this video with a friend who may benefit from it. Let me know in the comments what has been the most important lesson you learned in this video, and how would you incorporate it in your life. And if you have any lessons from your life that I didn't cover in this video, please share it in the comments, because your ideas might help someone else too. And if you'd like to supercharge your learning and earning potential with a degree from a top university, you can check out some resources I made available for you on the video description. Don't forget that the more you learn, the more you can achieve. So stay inspired, stay motivated, and I'll see you in my next video.